and I see a lot of people already from Discord. I see normally in our live sessions. That's really great. So maybe to myself, I'm responsible for transformational growth and strategic engagements in Adobe, and I'm pushing forward the Discord community. So that's what I'm doing. I'm in Basel, and I see we have people from around the world. I'm in Switzerland. It's getting dark. It's foggy, but still I have all with you, and that's great. So maybe I give the word to Kautuk for a short intro before we go on.
Thank you, Dominic. So, hi everyone, and again, welcome you all to Developer Live 2024. I'm so excited for this event. This is kind of one of our event which I wait every year, like Summit. It's kind of very much enriching you all, or even me, with all the latest AEM knowledge and all. So, for those who just don't know me, I manage Experience Game communities. I'm here in Adobe for almost 12 years, and I'm super excited to meet you guys and introduce you to Experience Game community. And with that, I'll hand over to Chase. I know, Chase, your camera isn't working. I know how it is. The technical glitches at the main time. So meanwhile, you can just turn on your microphone and introduce yourself.
Yeah. Can you guys hear me okay?
Perfect. Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah. Sorry about that. Not sure what's going on with the video, but happy for Developers Live. Happy to have you all here. I'm Chase Wagner. I run our Adobe User Group program for AEM as well as the AEM Champion program. And I've been doing this for about 5 years now. And just looking forward to chatting with you guys more about the programs and how we can kind of get you set up learning more about AEM. So with that, I can pass it back over to you, Dominic.
Super. Thank you, Chase. Good to have you here. I think we especially did that last week to bring all together. So I think we did it, and great to have you all here. Maybe to kick it off, we can also share a slide where you can see what kind of communities we have. And then, of course, easiest thing is you just unmute yourself, you ask a question, or you put it into the chat and we will answer it. So it should be an interactive session. So it's not a presentation, but of course we have some slides prepared to help you go into details. And at the end, to not forget, we will also help you to go and start and really for Dev Live opening session. So let me share my screen. I hope it still works. Huh? Now I have to share the window. Okay, can you see my screen? Perfect, super. Okay, let me go on. Here you have an overview of all the, you can say, most important communities of the communities we have. It's Discord, the one I mentioned before. We have now over 1,900 members. And it's really the place to discuss, to exchange, to ask questions about edge delivery services or other topics. We can go into more details after. We have Experience League, where you have a lot of forums, you have 1,000 engaged users. Kautuk will definitely go into details after that, but this is really the biggest community I think we have in Adobe. And then we have the AEM user groups. That's why we have Chase here with more than 10 user groups globally. Also, Chase can go into details and explain a little bit more how these user groups works, how they were built, etc. And of course, we have Adobe Developers Live, where we're in now. So this is the first time, the hybrid event, where we have a big session in San Jose and in parallel also the online community, where you also can see on-demand sessions. This is something I will explain you later on. Do you already have question? Let me see. Can you all hear us? Because I see that there are some audio issues. So I'm not silent. No, this is a question. um, okay, that's wonderful. Okay, so yeah, let's jump into, maybe each of us is doing one slide and then we can go into details. Let me jump to the Discord one. Um, we started the Discord, I think it's now close to a year ago, because we wanted to have, yeah, a space where really developers, innovators can come together and ask questions and also talk to experts. So this is a community where you can find all our experts and also partners and customers. And what we saw also that this we saw also at Adapto last week, 2 weeks ago in Berlin, that people really interacting, and it's important they meet on Discord and they may be exchanged and also outside of Discord. So we have a good growth, so almost 2,000 members. We have a lot of live streams. I also have a special slide later on where you can also connect, and you can go on YouTube or on aem-live where you can see all the recordings of the live streams. Just as a hint, I'm just preparing the one from last week because I'm a little bit late with that, but it will be ready hopefully tomorrow. Um, as you can see here in the middle, in Discord, we have a lot of different channels. The most important one, I would say, is the AEM chat or the AEM forum. There you can ask a lot of questions about all over edge delivery services or AEM. And of course, if you have more detailed questions, we can say about headless, um, or in this case also about DevLive, you can ask of course in the dedicated channels. And if you are not part of Discord, here you have a QR code, or you can just type in the URL and you can join us in Discord. What else I have to say? I think at the moment, nothing. I think that's the most important thing about Discord. And I hope that we have now then over 4,000 members after the session. Okay, let's see. um, yeah, here are some QR codes. This is also something that you can find in the booth, where you can access directly the community, or you can go on aem.live where you see all the upcoming events and the recordings, or you have a direct link on the right side to YouTube where you have all the frequencies or the YouTube web currents that are also produced and showed in the same YouTube channel. So let's jump to Kautuk Experience League.
Thank you, Dominic, for covering Discord. So, as we have a Discord, we have another venue for you all. So, Experience League Game Communities, an interactive and collaborative platform where users can engage with their AM experts and peers. So, there are various ways by which you can engage, like discussions, questions, ideas, and blogs. So, both customers and partners can actually ask questions where our SMEs are there present, super users or champs are present to give you quick answers. You can participate in discussions to dive deeper into the topics of your interest. You can share the ideas, these are product ideas which can drive the product innovations. And you can also explore the blogs which are actually expert insights. So this all actually helps you in maximizing your impact of EM implementation. So I would like you all to come, join, learn, connect with us, and see how individuals are also getting recognized and we all grow together. We have a very robust community presence there with almost in a year 200K users present there and touching almost 10,000 users which are actively engaged. We kind of receive more than 3,000 questions in a year. We have around 200 plus ideas submitted all across the year. So there are various channels by which you can join in. I'll not cover each of them in details, but I'll top level, I'll actually help you out, like how you can participate. So in ideas, you can share your product feature requests. You can vote and see the existing ideas there in existence, and also you can help the existing authors how and what is the best practices if there exists already a solution to that suggestion that she has already built in. Similarly, in questions, that's an area where you can ask questions. If you are expert in particular area, you just search those set of questions and you can start answering them and start engaging in that area. Discussion is kind of an open-ended area where you can have broader discussions that may not have any answers, but you would want to hear on SMEs or experts view on top of it. So that's where you can actually use the discussion tab. And lastly, but not the least, the blog area. That's an area where you can see the expert insights, how our SMEs are sharing how to do, I mean, how to's and to do's of and best practices of AEM. So that's kind of an area that I would really want you to explore more and get yourself up to the speeds. So we have a QR code in this. So if you are not there as of now, I'll highly recommend you to join in. And on the left bottom, you have my email ID. Please feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions or any suggestions in this regards. So Dominic, if you can just quickly move to the next slide.
Mm-hmm. Oh, sorry, it did not move. Yeah. Oh.
Okay. Okay. So as Dominic mentioned, right now we are in the networking tab. But if you see on the right, there is a booth and agenda. So booth is the place where you can see various booths present. So this you would be seeing in Experience League community booth. So this is the top resources that community provides. So on the left, you can see the Experience League communities, which has two QR codes. The first one is just for you to join that community, and second one is more to know who all are our advisors, champs, and user group leaders. These are like advocates and SMEs that we have in AEM. So feel free to reach out to them, DM them for any queries, or if you have any suggestions, or if you are looking for something, you can DM them definitely. And on the center, these are like AEM Gem sessions. These are our technical deep dive sessions that we do on a monthly basis. These are like for what's new coming in AEM, what's the top pain points of our customers and partners. So those are the topics that we try to cover both internally, and the SMEs are there to actually give the webinar on it. And on the right, you can see the developer live contextual threads. So the QR code is actually heading you towards the Uber contextual thread, where you can see all the sub threads for each and every sessions that we would be having today in developer live. And that's the place where we would be also posting our recordings and all the Q&A discussed in the chat pod. So that's the place where you can continue your conversations once this event is over. So uh, if you want to take a picture, you can take it, but otherwise also you can go to booth and have a look at this resources. With that, I'll hand over to Chase to cover more on champion program and user groups.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Jace, you just have to tell me which slide you need, because I think you just updated it shortly.
Yeah, no worries. I think it's in order, so we're good
Okay.
to go. We can start with the user group program. So our AEM user group program has been around for 2 to 3 years now. The goal of our user groups is to have that peer-to-peer connection space where you guys can meet to collectively problem solve, share those best practices, bring in the Adobe product teams for you guys to hear, more about the roadmap, what's to come, and just really to help each other out. Right now, the user groups are in-person, hybrid, and virtual only, but we do have it split out into different regions. This is really a great area for you to go in. This is a non-selling environment. We want you guys to ask each other questions, learn from one another, and these are led by our customers and partners. So you're really learning from your peers and understanding kind of what's coming within AEM. This is also any level of your AEM stage of where you're at. These are open to everybody. So want to make sure that you get in there. There's chapters that you can join. The QR codes on the right are for, there's an interest form. If you're looking to start a user group, I'm happy to discuss with you. We can kind of go over what it takes to be a user group leader and, how we can get you involved with this community. And then the bottom QR code is to find all of the AEM chapters that are in existence right now. So if you scan that, I'll put these links in the chat as well. That way you have them. But definitely take a look. If there's a chapter that you want to join, make sure you join it. But like I said, if you want to get something going in your region that you don't see a chapter there for, please definitely send me a note or fill out that interest form, and we can definitely chat offline. And you can go to the next slide, Dominic.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of wanted to reiterate what I was talking about. So how the chapters are divided, it's by the application base for AEM. So we have them divided by sites, assets, and forms. If you do want to do a joint user group that kind of combines all three. Also happy to do that. We have them regionally located. Right now, a lot of our sessions are virtual. With the nature of starting the user groups during COVID, we're trying to build that in-person, chapter count back up. So definitely happy to kind of get that rolling as well. Like I said, how to join, there's those existing chapters out there, so make sure you go check those out. And like I said, if you have any interest, definitely reach out to me. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer. And we can go on to the AM Champion program.
Oops, sorry.
Oh, you're good.
Yep.
No
Now
problem. Awesome. So I'm sure a lot of you have heard of the AM Champion program. It's one of our most prestigious programs with the champions. So we have this across the board for AM, Marketo, analytics, and with our team growing, we'll, there's going to be more champion programs that come. But this brings together 40 of the most knowledgeable AM users and developers from around the globe. So it's not just a North American program, it's a global program with a lot of reach. And it's a great way to share your knowledge and kind of get some great benefits as being an Adobe champion. Adobe champions really, love to share their expertise and best practices. We give them plenty of speaking opportunities, and there's so many different ways of engagement for you as a champion, as well as connecting with the product teams directly. You'll start to see that Adobe creep when they have those product sessions. They're able to reach out to multiple different channels, including like LinkedIn, email, things like that, to kind of spread the word of what's coming. Some of the program benefits, if you are selected as an Adobe champion, like I said, it's a global program. So you build out your network immediately, starting as a champion. You get to collaborate directly with the product teams. They're in constant communication over the course of the year. There is those exclusive speaking opportunities. So like Summit, we have an Adobe Champion Forum where we bring all the champions together to connect and do a 3-day long session with product with the other Adobe teams. And, it's just a great personal branding opportunity for you. The career development also, like I said, the global recognition, it's just a great, program to be a part of. And then everybody loves swag, right? So we do have some very exclusive swag that you get for being a champion. And if you are attending Summit this year, you'll see some of these champions. They got some pretty cool jackets that they will be rocking at Summit. So it's a great opportunity. I'll send over more information, like I said, in the chat and everything. But just thank you guys for listening.
Super. So I think, you're done. I think these slides we will show later on. So let me stop sharing. Do you have any questions? Otherwise, I think Kautuk and I have some questions to shoot at you, but maybe there are questions. And yes, we can provide also the links during this in the chat. But as Kautuk wrote, you can access it directly through the booth. But yeah, we can do both. Any questions? Just write in the chat or just unmute yourself. Otherwise, I will pick someone to answer my question. Okay, I will just do it. Oh, here is Angel Andreas. Do you have a question? No.
Couldn't find the unmute button. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Now you have it.
I was asking a question on mute. What's kind of the biggest difference, though, between the AEM Champion program and, say, for example, the SME badge? So are they very similar, or are they totally different?
I can take that, Dominic. The great question, Angel. So think of it as any user who is in Experience League communities, specifically AEM. So for each activity they do, they get rewards and the points. So once they reach a level, which is in our each community has different, but for AEM we have a level 6. We consider them as an SME and we call them as an advisor. So anything which is associated with the work they are doing in experience league, we term them as advisor or SME, which you just. Whereas champs is kind of a different program. You may or may not be in communities, but it's kind of a broader way to get you recognized. There are tons of folks who are into the strategical or architectural way, where they may not be present in community to answer or help or give webinars or share their SME, whatever knowledge they are accumulating. But there are ways by which they can do it with another venue or another program
Yeah.
that we have. We call that as a champs. I
So
hope
I
that
think
answers you.
sort of, but I think I'm more confused now because it sounds like there's two different types of SME. So I actually have my SME badge from Adobe, and that's where I help and I work with Adobe to formulate the expert level test and stuff like that. And I just do workshops with you guys. So what you're telling me though is the champion program isn't quite the same. You don't come in and do workshops with Adobe. It's a separate thing. And then it sounds like there's a whole third level of SME that you get from just doing a bunch of work yourself. So it sounds like there's two different types of SMEs as well. Cool. That's good to know. I didn't know all that. I wish they would have had like a, something someplace to tell you, hey, here's all the different levels. Because it's weird. Thanks.
Thank you for asking the question. Do we have more questions? Please just unmute yourself or write it in the chat. Otherwise, I have one.
Okay, Dominik, I'll ask a really hard question
Ooh.
that as developers, I'm guessing we should all want to know the answer to this. Is it true that there's going to be a version 6.6 on-prem, or they're calling it 6.5 2025 edition? Are those true? Are those false? Are you not permitted to answer that yet? Because I think as developers, we all should want to know that.
Yeah, I think we cannot answer this, I guess, or
Okay.
Kautuk. But you should definitely ask this question during Dev Live, where then all the developers are on stage. I think these are the real ones. Or is there someone in the call who can really provide this
Answer.
answer?
I'll defer this question to product manager, and I'll take this as a question that I'll definitely share with PM, and I'll make sure that they get back to you with
Thank you.
the updated news.
That would be awesome. Thank you so much.
Okay, so let me ask a question. I'm the Discord guy. So, what kind of discussions or support do you find most helpful in Discord? Are there any people around from Discord? Otherwise, I will pick one. Who wants to answer? Who wants to help me making Discord better?
So just a housekeeping that we wanted to make this as an interactive session, and it's not like a presentation.
Yeah.
That's kind of a due in another half an hour. So we just wanted to gather as much feedback as we can from you guys. That would help us improve further. So please feel free and don't be shy, and share whatever is the candid feedback that you have for us.
And thank you, Ina. She wrote already in the chat that Thursday calls are the best. I can also ask back, why are Thursday calls are the best? Maybe you can just, yeah, I know.
Because they are interactive and it's usually fun just to participate.
Yeah, super. Yeah, I mean that's the right question, and I think of course the next question is what are the topics that should be in a frequency on Discord? I think we pick definitely topics out of the Discord community. Sometimes we have people really asking to present something through Discord, and this is something I can only advise to do that because it's really great. Because we often try to invite then experts from Adobe who are really into this, like we did the session, or we did one with Tom about AI and edge delivery services. So, and last week we did a recap for at the Adopto. So it was really great to hear what was at Adopto. And we will have one, I think, in 1 or 2 weeks, where we talk about Dev Live. So a recap of Dev Live.
I think the ones where people just share their experience and talk about best practices, they are usually really good ones. Yeah, sessions like that, showing the latest things and things you just figured out.
Okay, thank you. Maybe Kautuk, you also have
Yeah,
some
I can.
questions. Maybe we do a little bit ping pong and
Yeah,
see
no,
what works.
absolutely. I'll put the more generic one. So just wanted to understand, like, if you all face any challenge in implementation of AEM, so what are your next steps or resources that you take or refer to find that solution? So, I mean, I know not everybody is microphone and webcam friendly, so whosoever is, they can unmute and share. But for others who would like to choose a text form of answering, please help us share that. Again, I'll just repeat my question. If you encounter any challenge in AEM implementation and you don't know what to do, so what's the next step or resources you refer to find out the solution? So there is no correct answer, but this helps us understand, like, what is the hierarchy or what is your next step. Uh, so anybody would like to share more on this? Hey, nice to meet you, Yogi. No, this is helpful. Thank you, Yogi. Mm-hmm. No, good to hear that you are aware of Experience League, and now you are aware of couple of more resources like Discord and also. I'm very hopeful. Like, if in case you face any problems, you know whom to reach out. We are just step away from you. Thank you. I see Akhilesh, you raise your hand. You can unmute and share more on that.
Yeah, so myself, Akhilesh Kumar. Uh, yes, there are the multiple types of the issue faced, like the implement design issue and the implementation issue and the product issue. So if you are categorize the three types of the issue, if you are the design issue or the so in the design issue, we internal discuss with the internal teams, the colleagues or the internal community within the organizations. If you have an implementation issue, then we will search on the mostly in the online tutorials or the implementation community. And the product issue will check the online of the documents. Already Adobe has the rich documents or everything is documented. So check there. If still we not get the solution, then raise the ticket with the Adobe support ticket for that. So generally we follow this for the any challenges. So would you like to suggest any other way to find the solutions?
Yeah, and first of all, I appreciate you sharing the route that you take. And to answer that, as I mentioned, that we have experienced leak AIM communities, we have Discord channel. So these are kind of your go-to places where you can actually interact with great SMEs and network with the like-minded folks. In this scenario, we have great internal and external AEM experts residing there who are always active there to answer and share their experiences and do the open-ended discussions on whatever queries you get. So uh, please feel free to switch your tabs from networking to booth, and there in the booth you'll see some booths there, and if you go there you'll be able to find all these resources and with the QR codes. Just go there and log in and you'll be able to understand all the venues that we provide you for a quick uh, turnaround and resolution to your problems. And yeah, last resort is always support ticket. If nothing is working, then yeah, that's kind of a place where you should be reaching out. But yeah, definitely Discord and AM communities and a venue that you should explore.
Yeah, thanks, Kautik. So my follow-up, like the question like that, uh, is any way to get the trial subscription for the AM as a cloud services?
This question is more, I would say, targeted for product managers. Again, as I mentioned for the previous question, I'll defer this to product manager. I'll
Okay,
definitely share this with product manager, and I'll get back to you, or we'll make sure that you get response on this one.
okay, thank you.
There were questions in the chat about edge delivery services. I was chatting in parallel with Martin. I hope you're still online, Martin. I think edge delivery services, it's clearly we saw that also last week or 2 weeks ago at Adapter, where Lars was on the panel and really saying what are the three USPs of edge delivery services. It's really about fast websites, authoring experience, and development speed. It's about triple speed. Um, Martin already answered a few questions in the chat, but maybe you can just add some
Add some
info.
color. Yeah,
Yes,
I
please.
would say moving forward, the default for new sites should be edge delivery service. As Dominik already said, it's to give you the elevator pitch. It's a faster way to build fast websites that contribute more to business value. So if you think about the Lighthouse Score 100 approach, which will lead to more organic traffic if that's a use case for customers, but also think about increasing engagement. So it will be much easier for people, for business users to set up experimentation with edge delivery service. So you can quickly test content A versus content B and see if something leads to more conversion. So that's why my recommendation is for everyone is like look into Edge as the new way to build websites. If a certain use case you think is not supported, reach out to us, because there's also a paradigm shift in how we build web pages. So maybe something is not what we're going to rebuild because of the paradigm shift, but reach out to us, and you can always fall back, obviously, to the traditional way if we say it doesn't make sense in edge delivery so far. But I read one part of the question was small web pages. I would say Edge is for all kind of pages. So we have huge customers on Edge. We have dynamic web pages on Edge. So there's no limitation as in size or use case. Also keep in mind that Edge delivery service is decoupled from the content source. So when we introduced Edge, it was mainly used with document-based authoring, but now since Summit this year, officially it also works with AM. So if you have existing AM customers, I think it's great for them so that they can still have the whole AM authoring. They just then publish to Edge delivery service. That's it, Dominik.
Yeah, no,
a lot of words.
That was no, that was really super. And I also included the two links for aem.live. I think also Martin also posted one that you can see a lot in the documentation. You can see also, you can go to the tutorial
Yes.
and look into it. So that's really great. And
And
I think, yes, what I wanted to say, because you mentioned something about big website, complex website, I think this was exactly the question I also asked at Adapt to, because I think when you first go into edge delivery, maybe you have to imagine, oh, it's only for small websites, but we have really, really big websites, and adobe.com is not the only big one and not the biggest, what I heard. So you can do really complex websites and don't be afraid of using it. It's really like that. And they said it also on Adapto. And now Lars is jumping in. Thank you. Thank you, Lars. And please don't Lars' session. I think it will be after the next one.
maybe
Lars will be
because there was another question on how to get a trial version of aem as a cloud service. So if you look at the link that Dominik just shared on aem-live, I think it takes you 15 minutes or 2 coffees, and you have your first website up and running on Edge. So there's no need to request a trial license or anything.
We just had a question. Who will answer it? When should we go for EDS and when, or for Edge Delivery Services, sorry, and when should we go for AEM? Who wants to take the question?
I can already foresee the next question. Can I mix and match AM, the traditional AM sites and Edge? And I think that's what we see with a lot of customers. So, but I think what you said, Lars, definitely makes sense. Also look at the customer. If someone's happy, there's no reason, but you can definitely run new sites easily on Edge and keep the old pages where they are.
Yeah. Okay. Do we have more? Oh, does Edge Delivery Services support all kind of integrations, likewise an AEM-like cloud service integration like Scene 7, Analytics, Target, etc.? It's an easy answer. Thank you, Lars. So we have more questions. Let me go through them. I think one is, if you start fresh, I would think we already said that. Should you choose document-based edge delivery services or traditional AEM with edge delivery services? I think if you really start fresh, start with edge delivery service. I think that would be the answer. Lars? Okay, thank you,
Maybe
Lars, for
just
answering.
to add
Yeah.
here, Lars, I think you agree with me that the decision should be made by the business, by the real users that use the tool, and not kind of a partner and developer that thinks I just like Visivik.
Yeah. Yeah. And yes, thank you. Let me jump into it because Martin, you already answered a few questions, and I see also that Ankur, do you want to ask a question?
Yeah, just a quick one. I had heard that EDS doesn't support page publishing workflows. Is that true? Because I feel that page publishing workflows are quite like a standard basic feature that is present in all the CMSs.
I wouldn't agree with this. I think, and in the chat we've been talking about Adobe.com a couple of times, right? And one, so the key underlying functionality in edge delivery services is that you can have dedicated groups for people who can preview and people who can publish. Right? This gives basically your authors that don't have the ability to publish, they can get a full-fledged preview of what the page would look like. It's just running on aem.page, and then you can integrate a publishing workflow that is, for instance, providing additional quality checks, that is submitting it to another system like Workfront for review and approval, and then publish through the API. Right? So the key thing here is that these workflows would typically be built in a workflow engine outside of AEM, and so you could use things like Microsoft Power Automate for this, and it's absolutely possible. It's something that customers have been doing for a long time. So I wouldn't agree with that statement that it's not possible.
Yeah, not so, but as a standard feature, would you agree that that is not present as of now in EDS? Like you have like a standalone workflow, right? Page publishing workflow in AEM. Do we have something like that out of the box in EDS?
Wasn't there
It's
something in GitHub Actions that you can do?
No,
To
I mean,
listening to replication events?
yeah, I'm
it's
fine with any custom solution.
yeah.
I just wanted to know if there is any out of the box way for publishing a page in EDS or not.
Okay. So there's no workflow UI included in actually the services. There's no workflow UI included in the AM Sidekick. But as I said, right, this doesn't mean that the functionality is not there. It doesn't mean that it's unavailable. It's just that these workflows are specific to the client, and should be implemented according to the client's needs instead of a one-size-fits-all solution.
Cool.
And if you go with the AM Sites UI and Universal Editor, you have all the AM functionality at your hand. It's just that if you publish in the end, we'll publish it to Edge.
Okay.
Okay. So
Thanks. Yeah.
I think I'm going to hang up because people are starting to trickle in. So
Good.
I'm getting ready to listen to the first few sessions, and then maybe, I don't know, get up to stage and say a couple of words of my own. So see you later. Thank you.
Thank you, Lars. Thank you, Lars. Yeah, we have 10 minutes left, or I would say 8, because I give you then the time to change to the other, to the agenda part. Is there now just a burning question? Otherwise, I would show just my last slide, just to give you a short overview, and then we can still take a question until we are out of time, of course. Let me try to share it. Yes, okay. So now in around 10 minutes, the first session will be on, and I think it will be super to see Loni Stark, Cedric Hüsler, Sherry Road, and Ron Nagy to do the executive welcome and Adobe Experience Manager update. Quite a long name, you see. I think that's really one you have to jump in. That would be great. And then, of course, after, as Lars was jumping out, I think he's doing now the warm up. He will talk about edge delivery services. So 1 year in, 6 ways better. So let's see what he is telling about edge delivery services. And then there will also be a real world journey to edge delivery services from Ensemble. What is also important that Sherry told me I have to say, of course, is that there are on-demand sessions. So if you go on the right side of the software you're in now, you can click the booth, and there you can already see the on-demand session. So there already some you can just click through and listen to. If you want to go then directly to the executive welcome, you click the agenda button and then you can join it. And what is important, that all the on-demand session will be still available after a week, until a week after. And after that, all sessions, including the live sessions, will be ready. So now this was a little bit complicated, but at the end you will not miss anything, because on YouTube and Experience League you have access to all the sessions, all the on-demand sessions, all the live sessions, and you can always jump into Experience League and ask questions, and in Discord and ask questions, and you can head out to Kautuk, Chase, or me to ask questions.